Yeah, Mo. So, it's our week of graduation.
Yes.
How is our setup right now?
We're under a blanket that's TP'd onto the wall.
Pretty much. You look like we're in a TV, typical Oklahoma fashion.
No, we just look super ghetto.
Yeah, it looks like literally I barely can see Mo's face, but it's okay. This is an audio medium, so we don't need to see each other's faces apparently.
Yeah, dude. It's minimal movement episode.
Yep, we cannot move our head. Oh crap! I forgot to bring my phone out. Give me a second. Can't knock over the broomstick. What is this? A broom? A broom. But it's fine. Yeah, here we go. But yeah, we're moving out, so this room is a little ghetto, and
Yes.
it's fine.
I'm graduating tomorrow.
Oh, are you ready?
Yes, I am, but I'm not.
It's weird. It's weird, guys.
It just feels like yesterday I was moving into the dorms for
Yeah.
my freshman year.
Yeah,
And
it's all coming to end.
now I'm moving on to my adult life, and it's like, no.
You're like, I'm not ready.
Because of COVID and everything, I feel like I missed out on a semester of
Yeah,
college.
I feel that, dude. I was talking to my friend Chase on Sunday, not yesterday. That was like 5 days ago. And we were talking. And I was like talking. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why, but this semester I've just been a little bit more sentimental than normal, like about the semester ending. And everyone was just like, yeah, like Mo's graduating, and I've always been going to school with her. And I started like tearing up.
Oh.
And I was like, why am I about to cry? I was like, it's just Mo. It's just like, we're going to see each other every week already. It's not like it's the end of the world. But then I was like, it's going to be weird. You're not going to be at school with me anymore. And I'm just going to be here by myself. And then I just kind of got sad. So it's okay.
That's so sweet.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. You're gonna miss me.
I know. It's fine.
I never thought I'd hear those words come out of your mouth.
Okay. Yeah, I make it act like I hate Mo's guts most of the time.
You're where my complex comes from, dude. Let me tell you.
I'm sorry.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bingers Anime Edition. As always, I'm your host, Mo.
And I'm Matty, and we're just a little podcast that talks about different animes with our fellow weebs out there.
So I just want to make an announcement before
Oh.
we continue into anything else. This will be the last episode
Ever.
for the month of May.
Ever. Our podcast is ending.
No, it is not. As we had said in the intro, I'm graduating.
Yeah.
Maddie's going to Dallas to do an internship.
Woo.
We just need a little bit of time to get things situated, get our feet grounded.
Yeah.
And get back into a new normal routine before we continue on with this.
Exactly. And like we both have like our own little projects we're gonna do for the podcast. So no worries. It's not like we're not gonna have stuff coming out. Well, actually, we're not gonna have anything coming out, but we'll be working on stuff on the sideline.
Yes, but come back June 1st. I promise we're going to have an amazing comeback episode.
Oh, yes.
Plus, it's going to be the 1-year anniversary of Bingers Anime
Yes.
Edition.
We just need a little bit of a break, and then we'll start our second season, I guess.
Yes.
What?
Wow, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Are we going to switch from season 1 to season 2 on the...
Yeah, on our little podcast. Maybe we should change.
Yes.
Maybe I should update the graphic for our podcast.
Ooh,
We have ideas. Wait. We'll come up with these ideas on the side. Sorry,
I
guys.
wish you were like here though, so that way we could take like photos, and we could have put like a photo. As,
We can Photoshop. Be like living my best life in Dallas, and you're like living my best life in my grandma's house.
Yeah. Well, maybe I can go on like Fiverr or something like that and see if
Oh, that'd be cool.
I can get somebody to commission like.
We'll figure something out, guys. Don't you worry. We'll talk about this later. But yeah, it's just letting you guys know that we're gonna need a little bit of a break, but we will be coming back. Don't worry. And we really we appreciate all you guys' support. It's been a lot of fun doing this. Like when we first started out, I was really nervous. Like I did not know if I was gonna enjoy this or not. And like
I remember us starting out, and I wasn't sure if we were gonna continue or not. Like, how long was this actually gonna go on for? Was like my thought, and it's been a year now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it's one of those things that's just been fun for me to do. Like, it forces me to watch more anime. No complaints there, and it's just
It's also become part of like my weekly routine now.
Exactly, same. Like, oh, I got to do my podcast with my co-host.
Dude, like, I swear, like, this podcast has probably become like part of my personality.
Yeah, same.
Literally, I swear, every time I get an opportunity, I'm like, yeah, I do a podcast. Yeah, I do a podcast. Like, even my family knows that I do a podcast.
Oh, yeah, same.
And every time I go anywhere, they're always like, oh, you going to do your podcast? And I'm like, yep.
Yep, gotta go. Sorry. I love it. But yeah, so also, Mo, what do you look like right now?
I am dressed like the Akatsuki.
Yes.
I wanted to, in honor of our last in-person episode, until probably August, I just wanted to dress up like the Akatsuki in anime, and, you know.
I love it.
Also because I've decided to start watching Naruto again. I've had enough of a break. I need to start watching it.
I love
just
it.
Get through
I
it.
support it.
And so, also, I made a TikTok for the Akatsuki. Please go look at it.
Would you like to shamelessly plug right now? In the middle of the
I'll
episode?
just shamelessly plug.
I love it. But yeah, and also, I also decided to honor this episode by wearing khakis and a button-up and slowly packing my room. So, and the shrine is moving to, don't worry guys, if anybody was worried about the shrine, shrine will be moving to the house I'm staying in Rockwall. It will be staying in the attic. I will have a little corner of the attic designated for
I can't wait though until I come back like in August and you've got more things for it, like the phone and the katana.
Oh yes, it's the plan. The freaking katana's like $500. I'm not buying the katana.
You need like little like figurines.
Oh yes, I
her.
can make them through the D&D. Like, you know how you can make little figurines. I think I'm gonna do that.
I was gonna buy you one. And then the guy that I was talking to on Etsy, he was like, oh, like, he's like, I have like a crap ton of back orders for this one and I wouldn't be able to get it to you in time. And so I was like, oh, fuck.
It's fine. I'll just get it for myself. I'll just get a wig.
Yes, please get a wig. Please just get a wig and get like a little headstand.
Oh my god, no. That's so
Please,
creepy.
no, do it. That would just pull everything together. I can just imagine it right now, like the wig and the headstand is just sitting right by the photo.
Oh my gosh. I'm doing it. 100%. Oh, it's so creepy.
Please.
I'll have it like,
God.
and I'm moving into Aspen and they have like shelves in the closet. I'm legit going to set it up in the closet.
Dude, do it.
I'm doing
Just
it.
do it. Get little like candles.
Yeah.
But like the ones you gotta like that are electronic.
Oh my gosh. I support it.
We don't want to cause any fires.
Yeah, maybe not. Actually, I don't care. I like candles all the time.
Maybe not in the closet though.
Oh, yes, I will.
Oh God. If a house burns down in Aspen, I'll know it's you.
You're welcome. It's for the Uno Shrine. It's worth it. But yeah, dude, it's just kind of crazy. The semester's ending. I don't know. It just feels so done, you know? Like, and I mean, I still have 3 semesters, so I don't know why I'm saying this, but I think I'm feeding off of everybody else's energy.
I think it's just because, like, you know, like, we're conditioned, like, 4 years of high school, 4 years of college and stuff like that, and you've been here for 4 years, and, like, you feel like you should be graduating, but you're not.
Yeah, baby, I'm here. I'm like a leech. Can't get rid of me.
You can't get rid of me.
Fucking herpes.
Dude, I always hate those, like, posts of, like, people who, like, got jobs and stuff, and they're like, I loved my university so much, I came back, and I'm not leaving, because they got a job as, like, a professor or something like that, and I'm like, dude.
Move on.
Move on.
No, I get that. But, well, do you have anything else you'd like to talk about?
I'm getting my wisdom teeth out on Monday.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It's going to be great. Can you send me videos of Hi Molly? Hi Mo?
Yes.
Hi Mo.
Hi Mo.
Hi Mo.
But I'm kind of excited. I mean, like, because I've been waiting for, like, the last 4 years to just get them out.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really need to come out, but they would be beneficial because they're kind of, like, shifting my teeth.
Yeah.
On the top. And so it would, like, help stop that because I don't wear my retainer anymore.
I feel that.
And so, yeah. And then I've got to go do some stuff for the program on Tuesday, so that's going to be fun. Did not realize that I thought I was getting my teeth cleaned. That's why I made them so close together. And then they literally called me at the beginning of this week, and they're like, yeah, it's extractions. And I was like, what?
You're like, hold up.
I was like, hold up there.
I'm going to be doping on oxycodone afterwards, and I'm going to go do a physical.
I'm just going to have to get everything, like, ready beforehand. And so that way it's just, like, you know.
Yeah.
I have my dad up there and stuff, and they're like, okay, go do this. And I'm like,
Dad. Oh, my cheeks. They're so big. But yeah, so I think we should probably get into the episode.
Probably.
I still have a shit ton of packing to do, so.
I have one more final to take as well.
Oh, God.
So.
It's still finals week. I forget, but it's Friday. I've acted like this has been a drug-induced haze, if we're going to be honest.
Well, it's like, it's almost like goof around week for you guys, but for us, it's been like a fucking hell week.
Yeah, you guys have a hell week. I have a hell semester. So I would rather have your situation. Trust me, I've had hell week of finals before when I wasn't in studio, and I would still rather take that than being in studio.
Well, listen to this. You want to know how tired I was this week? Also, to preface, I've had about 6 hours of sleep this week, not including last night. Because last night I actually slept. I was like, fuck this. But from Monday to Thursday, I had about a total of 6 hours of sleep.
I don't know how you guys do it.
I don't either.
Actually, why am I saying that? I've done that so many times.
No, literally, like, I went to take a final yesterday, and then I went to the bathroom, and I came back out, and I looked in the mirror in the bathroom, and I saw I had burst a blood vessel in my eye.
Freaky Molly. Freaky Mo. Freaky Mo.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
And I was
your
like,
just
that's
eyes
how
just
tired
like.
I am.
Oh,
is that
God.
I fucking burst
and
a
you just
blood
walk
vessel.
into your final, and you're just like, ugh.
No, I was like with a friend, and we were in one of the study
And your
rooms.
friend didn't just say anything about it?
Well, no, I said, you want to know how tired I am? And she said, what? And I was like, I fucking burst a blood vessel in my eye. She goes, oh my God, you did.
She's like, oh my God. I mean, can you imagine just walking around? Oh, I have a story.
Okay.
So, you know Courtney, right?
Yeah.
So Courtney and I got edibles. Not edibles, like food, not actual, like, edibles. We got food at Sonic.
Not marijuana.
Not marijuana. Guys, I swear I don't do heavy drugs or any drugs. They're not heavy. Never mind. Besides the point, she and I were talking, and one, I told her about my ghost stories, you know, and she's apparently never heard them, and it was so bad because every time... Top Capricorn, you know, and every time something would shift or move, or like I literally turned my windshield wipers on and I literally jumped, which that was terrifying. But then she told me, she's like, I was studying in the library, and I look out the window. My friend looks out the window. Is like, I think there's a person in a furry suit. And she was like, what? And so she literally like looks out the window. And she's like, sure enough, there was a guy in a full-on furry suit, like on Wednesday, walking around campus, just chilling with his other friend who's like t-shirts and black shirt and jeans, just walking. And so she was like, yeah, and then she's like, surely they're not going to come by my window, right? And they just kind of chilled outside her window for a little bit at the library, and she took a photo, and she showed me, like, legit, the man was wearing a full blue furry suit.
I want to see that.
I don't have the photo. I'll try to get it for you, but like, we'll post it on the Instagram. No, I'm joking, that's terrible, we can't do that. But like,
I saw a guy walking around in a Spider-Man suit the other day.
See, that's I feel like more socially acceptable than walking around in a furry suit. I mean, I don't mind either way. Like, all power to you. Like, I would never have the balls to do that. But I was kind of like, finals week does do everyone different.
I mean, you do you, bud. If that makes you happy, like,
right.
You know, go for it.
Dude, I can't. It was just like, sorry, I just remembered that story. I wanted to talk about it. Also, my parents are moving my bed out, so I'm gonna be sleeping in a sleeping bag on my floor.
Unless you come over.
Yeah, I might be coming over to Mo's. I was hoping that I would just be at a friend's house drinking and I'd just stay there. That was my plan. But I haven't been invited to anything.
I feel like a lot of people at this point right now, they're just kind of like, they're done. They're either done with finals or they're taking their last finals, and they're just kind of like, leave me alone.
Like, I am going to revert back into a cocoon.
Like, I'm going to drink by myself and
time
go to bed early.
Yeah, I sad drinked a lot last night.
I had like one of the barefoot like hard seltzers last night just because I was like, man, I need it. So far, I've passed all my finals.
I was supposed to hang out with a friend yesterday at like 6 o'clock. And he texted me at 7, had like, oh, I still have an essay to write. I'm like, okay, cool, it's no biggie. And then 5 hours later, he still hasn't texted me back. So I just sat in my house for a total of 9 hours waiting to hang out. And we'll just say when we got to hour 4, I just started taking shots. I pretty much finished my bottle of Crown, which was like a half bottle, so I was pretty gone by like 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, it was fine.
It's fine.
It was a rough week, guys. It was a rough week.
Dude, finals week is like, it's hell week. That's terrible.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't, but...
Well, guys, let's get into the viewer for showing. What?
The viewer showing.
The viewer showing today.
The anime we're talking
Imagine
about.
if we were like showing a view and we're just like, hello.
Look at this landscape.
This is an image of Yosemite. This is nice. Look at those curves.
Look at those,
That's a happy tree over there.
Yes. Look at those mountains.
Look at those mountains. Oh, gosh. Besides the point, would you like to introduce the show we're talking about, Mo?
Yes, as we said last week, we are talking about Happy Sugar Life, which is a really weird one to end our season on.
Yeah.
But...
Actually, I think it's perfect. I think it perfectly summarizes this podcast. Oh, yeah, dude, this show is whack.
Dude, yeah.
Like, okay, so, like, when I reached up, we'll do first impressions real quick. When I first watched the show, I felt disgusted after watching it because I felt like a literal pedophile after watching this shit because I thought it was disgusting and I literally vomited after watching it. But looking back on it and kind of like, you know, watching a couple clips here and there, listening to music and really like looking at the characters, I have a different perspective now that I would like to talk about.
Okay.
So, in the episode, not right now.
I still think that it's fucking weird. Because it's like... I don't know, the one thing that really just, like, made me mad was that, like, when watching this show, is that every single character was either a pedophile when it started or became a pedophile at some point.
I would argue that it's different, and we'll get to that when we talk about stories. I have a different view now on that.
I was like, it just didn't, have a good taste in my mouth.
Yeah,
I was like, this is the show that they decided to animate.
Yeah.
Out of all of the manga that is out there.
We have very different opinions on this show now, so I'm interested to talk about it. Would you like to do proto information?
Yeah, so I'm going to do proto.
With Mo's minimal movement trying to get her phone out.
Minimal movement. Okay. Happy Sugar Life was adapted from a manga.
Oh, really?
It has 10 volumes. Yeah.
Cool. I didn't know.
It is completed.
Oh, nice. I'm glad.
Yes.
We don't want more of it.
So, the anime was directed by Kizuo Kisakawa and Nobuyoshi Yagayama. Yeah.
You're doing great, sweetie. Keep it up.
Music is by Koichiro Kameyama. Kamehama.
Okay.
The studio is Eslo, and it's done other notable work such as like Are You Lost or Smile Down the Runway, which I really liked Smile Down the Runway, so yes. And I've heard of Are You Lost, but I think it's kind of a new studio, Esla. And
okay.
so
okay.
The original
but the shows they've animated so far seem like, this might be a new up and coming studio.
Considering that I haven't found a work from them before 2018, it is definitely an up and coming. It's a new studio.
Well, I mean, this anime had really good animation, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Well, and I really liked Smile Down the Runway, too. Like, I know you've never seen that, but that one's the one about, like, the model.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And, like, I really loved that anime. So the original run for Happy Sugar Life was July 14th of 2018 to September 29th of 2018. And there's 12 episodes.
Okay. Yeah, sounds about right. I'll be honest, I definitely did not write a synopsis down. So we're just going to bullshit this / use the Mal one. But pretty much it's like literally 4 sentences, so I'm going to bullshit it.
Yep.
Okay, God, why did we do that to
Bleeding.
the mics? Everyone hates us. Everyone hates us. When I play Lindell, it's just bleeding all the time.
Just bleeding all the time.
Oh, hello. No, okay, guys.
Well, do you know what bleeding is?
Goats.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I was like.
I went in a different direction with
Yeah.
bleeding. Can you imagine? Okay, I was talking to Luke about like Matilda's new voice,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the gal speech. It's like, "Oh my God, boys, I'm gonna do the dicks on the splits. That's not right, but that's fine. How
I'm
about
gonna
you
just
follow
split on
me?
this
Oh my
dick.
god, my dear Aunt Bethel fell, and I gotta help her. Just like kind of like incorporate the gal speech into her like smoke 50 a day
Yes.
voice, and I was like, oh my. She's like, oh my god, Junichi, like
Oh
this is
my God.
boyfriend.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
I fucking love it.
I'm literally gonna. That's gonna be your
What did
catchphrase
they
now.
say? What did they say?
Luke was just like, oh my gosh, I can't. I'm like, it's amazing. He's like, sure,
Matilda
Matt,
just
sure.
changes accents, or you can make Matilda a sister. And
Matilda has a sister who shows up at the goblin's nest, and she's just like, oh my god, Matilda, it's so good to see you.
oh my god, that would be the best thing ever.
And then
Matilda's
we have
over here.
Matilda, and I don't know, Latilda?
Zucchini bread.
Zucchini bread.
Yes.
Zucchini bread.
She's like normal, and then over here, like
I got, oh my god, Matilda, how's it going?
yes. Oh my gosh.
Now we have to do a D&D episode.
I know.
Dude, if we start doing D&D over Zoom, we could start recording it and making it a podcast.
Yes, that would be funny.
That'd be kind of fun too. Guys, what if we branched our anime podcast to a D&D podcast as well? Please let us know in the comments. Let us know what you guys would want.
Would you guys want to hear this? But with D&D.
Can you imagine? We'd have to really change our combat though, because our combat is so fucking long.
That is so true.
We'll have to make a narrative, which I could do. Besides the point, synopsis of Happy Sugar Life. Let's get back on track, baby.
Yes.
Sato is a beautiful high school who
Grr.
who has a reputation for being a whore
Oh.
with men. That's Matt's version.
Oh.
However, with a chance encounter with a young girl named Shio, aka orphaned child on the streets in the pouring rain, she makes Sato realize that is her first love and only true love. I said it all wrong, didn't
Yeah,
I?
I
Let's
was
try this
like-
again.
English speak not?
English speak not. But, however, with a chance encounter with a young girl named Shio, Sato realizes that this is her first and only true love. Telling others that she lives with her aunt, Sato decides to live a life in an apartment she shares with Shio. Despite her innocent appearance, Sato is willing to do anything to maintain their happy sugar life. I think that was pretty good.
That?
What?
Do you hear that?
It's probably a combination of the dogs, the airplane, and the police. And the lawnmower next door. Guys, audio is not going to be great today. That's why we have a blanket over our head, which is giving me a serious headache.
Dude, I know, because my neck's like this, and so.
Right. But yeah, that's I think Happy Sugar Life pretty much summarized. So let's talk about the story a little bit. Would you like to talk about the story at all first, Mo?
I just like remember watching it and thinking that like, oh god, that's so freaking weird, and I really felt wrong watching it.
Okay, I felt wrong too, but I will be honest. So the genre for this anime is more of a like psychological thriller, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that this story is a story about people breaking to the extreme. I would say that, you know, Anne from that one show, the Anna, the one with the panties and stuff, and the A World Where Dirty Jokes Don't Exist.
Oh yeah.
You know how she was loved because she was pure and innocent, and then she became dirty, and then she was not loved anymore. I think that extreme change is what happened with every single character in this anime. This is a story of people's lives going to shit because of life. Just shit in life never works out for them.
And then taking it to the opposite.
And then,
extreme.
yeah, and how people take it to the extreme to find pleasure in the voids in their heart. Which kind of resonated with me because, like, rephrase. The aspect of, like, filling voids in your heart, like, I definitely have seen that. And I think that's why it resonates so much with people because this is realistic. Like,
yeah,
people can take these things to extremes. And this show shows every single character in the show does this, like, without fail. And it's just their desire to fill these voids in their hearts. And I'm like, whoa. So when we talk about characters, I would like to talk about each one and like what their void was.
Yeah.
Because I think it would help.
Yeah, now that you say that, I can see that.
And now that I realized that and like kind of looked at it from that lens, I was like, okay,
I
this.
still don't like the fact that the extreme that they took it to
Oh,
was
no,
like
it
with
makes
the
you
child.
Okay, it makes you uncomfy. But I would even say Shio is no longer innocent. The little chick. I don't think she is a good
how old
character
is she?
anymore. She's like 8.
She's a child. She doesn't know any better.
No, at the end we can talk about that. Have you ever finished the anime?
No.
You haven't seen the last 6 episodes?
No.
What the hell have you been doing this week?
Dying slowly.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I will talk about it because I know how it ends. And I don't know. But, guys, the show it definitely is fucked up and it messes with you. But, like, it is a good it is a good glimpse into how far people can go.
Yeah.
And I think it did a good job at that. And so when you look at it from that lens, you're like, the show was really successful. The show was not designed to make you fall in love with the main characters. There is not a single character we like. Every single character is literally a terrible human being.
They should all be put in a dome.
In a what?
In a dome.
Okay, we're not hunting. They're not all pedophiles.
They all act like it.
Not all of them. There's only a handful that are pedophiles.
Well, those few.
Those few. There's only like 4 characters that are pedophiles in the show.
It doesn't sit well with me.
I can tell. Anything else you'd like to talk about in the story? Oh, we actually didn't talk about the story at all, did we?
No.
Okay, guys. So Happy Sugar Life, pretty much. That's the general premise. This is spoiler territory. Pretty much, Sato, finds a little girl. She's like, you cute. So she pretty much, kidnaps Shion, takes her to this apartment that she's been kind of hiding out in with this guy that's a painter. She just kind of kills because...
She kills the family.
No, she just kills the painter. Because the painter was trying to kill Shion, so she killed the guy and then stayed in the apartment and hide the body. And so, yeah, and then she pretty much, will maintain that happy sugar life at any cost. And she literally goes around killing people that get in the way of Shion. She goes around telling people that their love is corrupt and wrong. And she goes around literally recruiting the help of her aunt, who she acts all better than. And then pretty much the aunt helps her burn down the apartment and escape to like a cabin in like the woods pretty much. But, because life never works out for these characters, she goes back to the house to get some fucking rings, which she runs into like brother. It's guys, it's a mess. And like literally like then they pull this whole Romeo and Juliet scene at the end of the anime where they jump off the top of the building together. But Sato is just like, no, I love you. So she turns around, takes the full blunt of it, and saves Shion. And then Shion becomes a psycho bitch at the end, too. After she kills her best friend. It's just kind of a mess. You didn't know these parts of the show?
I know about the whole, like, ending.
Yeah, guys, it's kind of a mess. It's just like she literally will do anything to maintain it. And it's pretty much the story of Sato trying to maintain her happy sugar life at any cost, which might even result in her killing her best friend, which she does.
Well, she's just got like a corrupt way of looking at like love and stuff like that.
Exactly. And we'll get into that when we talk about the characters. So how about we talk about Sato first?
Yes, Sato. She is our main heroine. She's seen as...
Heroine might be a loose term.
Well, she is like the very popular girl. Like all the guys would want to date her and be with her. And like she's very likable when it comes to guys. Not very popular when it comes to other girls. But...
yeah.
Other girls just don't really like her because she tends to take all the attention away. And, but she's typical, beauty.
Yeah.
As you would, see in, like, any, like, high school anime.
No, yeah, you're completely right. She is your typical beauty. But she has such a corrupt view of what love is because she fought for the longest time that she would just, guys would tell her, oh, I'll love you. And then, she was trying to seek it, but she was never receiving it. But when she met Shion, it finally changed for her. And she kind of has this like, the whole world is bad. The world is a dark and bitter place. So I'm going to keep you locked in this apartment so you never get hurt by the world.
Like one of the like catchphrases she always is like, it's bitter.
Yeah. It's bitter. And even though she's bitter. Like, Sato walks around pointing out everyone else's flaws in their versions of love, but in reality, she's the biggest hypocrite. She has the most bitter and cynical look on love, but she goes around telling everyone how wrong their love is because she's finally found it. And that's probably the biggest flaw of this character. And but also makes her an intriguing, heroine. I don't know. She's kind of whack. But
I don't know what you would call it in that. I mean, I guess since she's like the main character.
Yeah, but she's just a psycho bitch, guys. Like she just has never received love in the right way and because of her aunt. So
she's definitely a yandere character.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, she's psychotic. But I think this would be a good time to talk about her aunt who has the biggest influence on her mental state. Aunt's whose name I cannot remember.
I will find it.
But pretty much the aunt, Sato's parents died at a young age, and she started getting raised by her aunt. Her aunt has a version of what love should be that it is not.
Sato's aunt does not have a name.
Oh, she's
It just
just
says Sato's aunt.
Sato's aunt. Okay, nice. She pretty much just views that love is. How would you describe Sato's aunt's version of love? She believes it's something that you take from people, right?
She like believes that love. Yeah, it's like something that hurts you.
Yeah.
And like almost like masochistic, like.
Yeah. And so she goes around and taking people's love, pretty much. And that's how she views love, which does not match with society's view of love, but it's seriously scarred Sato.
And love that like hurts. And
Yeah.
like it's not like nice and soft but it's like hard and it's hurtful and it's,
Yeah. And so like Sato, of course, got scarred by this, and as a result, she always seeked love in men, but then when she found someone who was sweet and innocent and had these innocent tendencies, she realized that that's what true love for her was, which would lead into Shion, who is our victim
Yes.
in all of this.
Yes.
Sweet, sweet Shion, a little 8-year-old girl who pretty much...
Was she 8?
I don't know how old she is. I'm saying she's 8. She looked 8. She looked young. Pretty much, Shion just walks around. She kind of gets abandoned, so she's kind of just chilling outside a lot, and Sato kind of rescues her from the shitty situations in, and
I mean, Shion gets like, she kind of gets like brainwashed kind of quick.
She has major Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, like she instantly believes anything that like Sato is like telling her.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, and it's just kind of a mess. Like that whole situation's major Stockholm syndrome, major just malleable child.
Yes.
And like there's even like, oh guys,
very
there's
like impressionable child.
Guys, literally there's scenes of Shion and Sato kissing. There's scenes of them taking baths together. Oh guys, they have like a mock wedding.
See, and that's the whole like part of the show where I'm like, I wish you wouldn't have animated that. Like, that should have been left in the manga.
No, they should have animated it because it really showcases the corruption of their love.
I know.
And how love corrupts, how the world ruins people's lives. So I think it was needed, but also, God, guys, it was
like,
just,
what the fuck?
Oh my gosh, it was so hard to watch. But at the end of it, Shion actually, after they jump off the roof, even though Sato is gone, she's like, I will live in my bubble with Sato forever. Sato is always with me. So she pretty much kind of turns away from reality completely and only
takes
lives...
on the embodiment of like...
No, she just kind of literally like cuts off the world and acts as if Sato is still there in her head. And she just cuts
like
everyone
I said,
off.
like lives in the embodiment of Sato.
Which is just crazy. And then there's a couple other characters. We'll speed round through them. There is the brother who...
Of Shion.
Shion's brother, yeah, who's just trying to find missing Shion at any cost because he wants to have a family at any cost, and he even disregards Shion's wishes.
She wants.
Yeah, like Shion wants to stay with Sato, given it's literally Stockholm syndrome, and yeah, he called the pops.
Yeah, because she's like what, 6, 8.
Yeah, like I would honestly
really
say
know what you want.
I would say the big brother is kind of in the right here, but he goes around literally like at any cost necessary will make her family happen, and he gets a lot of shit happens to him. His family's very abusive. His mom literally, got pregnant, so married the father to have a happy sugar life. Didn't happen, so she ran away. The teacher lives a seemingly perfect life, but he gets bored from it, so he goes around and wants to sleep with Sato.
Basically blackmails her.
Tries to
blackmail her.
Another pedophile in the story. He's disgusting. Honestly,
that's the one guy that I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he's the most disgusting out of everyone. Then there is the best friend, Sato's best friend. What is her name? Shukio? I don't remember for sure. Pretty much, she misses the time she had with Sato where they would get guys and they were
Shokohida.
Yes, and she misses that so much that she becomes obsessed with Sato to try to figure out what is happening in her life. She will literally, at any cost, try to figure out what so they can go back to normal. She gets this obsessive love, which literally gets her killed at the end.
Yeah. Which,
honestly, out of all the characters in the show, I would say she is probably the only character I liked. But also, I think it's because I see a lot of myself in her. I have that obsessive likeness of I want to figure out what's going on in someone's life, and so I'm determined. So it was sad. that she literally got yoinked with a knife.
And then Taiyo Mitsubushi,
Oh, yeah.
the guy. That one.
Oh, guys.
That guy.
Guys, I feel so bad for him. Sweet, innocent.
Boy gets molested.
No, boy gets raped.
Yeah.
Straight up raped from his old manager. And because he views love as pure, that you need to be pure, he feels disgusted with himself because he's lost his purity. So you know how he decides to cope with it? Mo, would you like to tell them?
He falls in love with Shion.
Yep, on a wanted poster because she looks so pure and innocent. And you know what he wants to do with Shion? Would you like to go in grave detail about this, Mo?
No, I can't.
I will go in great detail about it.
It
He
makes me sick.
he literally wants Shion to purify him by taking her purity. We'll put it that way. And he's like torn because like, oh my gosh, but you're so pure. I don't want to do this to you, but also I have to become pure again so I'm loved again and complete. And he gets obsessed with her. And this guy's like the most pedophile out of all of them.
Yeah, no, literally, he takes, because, like, he's considered fairly normal and a very, like, popular, okay dude, until he's freaking raped. And then, like, on top of that, plus his whole view of how love should be, it's, like, pure and innocent, gets super freaking warped. And so now he's, like, literally sitting here, like, freaking smelling wanted posters and like
guys, this
with
is
the crazy like pedophile look in his eye.
This is a great show of how the psychology of someone can get so fucked up after dealing with sexual assault, how easy it is for them to get corrupted like this. Mm-hmm. So like guys, whenever you deal with any kind of shit, not necessarily just sexual assault but just anything, please talk to someone so you don't become any of these characters in this anime.
Dude,
crap.
They all need therapy. Dude,
they're all like, oh my gosh. Like, I think part of the reason why I got so sick after watching this show, like literally vomiting, was because I can see how easily it is for me to go in any of these directions. Like how easy it is for any person to have any of these terrible events happen, how easy it is for us to get corrupted to this extreme.
Kind of like how they usually say that, like, people who like are pedophiles and stuff were molested and like raped
exactly.
When they were
it's just I think the reason why this show hurts so much to watch and why it's so disgusting is how close it is to home, like how easily it could happen to anyone without the proper support system, because none of these characters had the support system they needed. None of them reached out about their problem. Like none of these characters got involved with the police. They didn't get help from anyone, like nothing. They all dealt with it on their own, and that's just like pissed me off.
That's how I kind of feel about Fruits Basket though.
Yeah. Guys, there's a lot of parallels with Happy Sugar Life and Fruit Basket. Oh god, there is. Now that I think about it. Oh.
No, dude. They all need therapy.
Yeah. Anyway, let's just move on from that.
Were there any more characters?
Let's not talk about any more characters. I'm done with the characters. I just know there's a lot of people Sato killed.
Yes.
Yep. There is a lot. I think that's pretty much all the characters. Character development. There isn't any. Except for they become more pedophilic at the end of it.
It's just like, it doesn't, like, throughout the show, their views don't get fixed and they don't like get better.
They don't get help.
Get worse.
So they don't get fucking therapy. Guys, oh my gosh. Like the motto of this show is, oh, how much can I become a pedophile by the end of this fucking anime? Oh, I got through trauma. Shit happened to me. Let me just fuck all these little kids, apparently, is the motto. Like that one kid from My Gal's the Best Friend. He would have fit perfectly in this anime.
Yeah. He probably wants to jump over. He would probably want to jump over into this anime.
It's a crossover episode. Oh my god, Jinichi. Just all the gals show up.
Oh
Can
my
you
god.
imagine, guys, crossover episode between Happy Sugar Life and my first girlfriend's a gal. Like literally, can you imagine like the gal showing up and like, oh my god, Sato, what the hell are you doing with Shion? Like, what the hell are you doing? And then Sato literally killing them all. Oh my god.
Literally being like, Sato, you're not that bad looking.
Oh my god, look at those mess up boobs.
Yeah.
Why has gal talk become such a critical part of this podcast?
Because
it's gal talk. It's so easy. Thank you, Jamie Marsh. You've done an amazing job with gal talk.
Freaking Jamie Marsh.
Oh, freaking Jamie Marsh. Anyway, let's talk about animation.
I actually really liked the animation. I liked the way that they animated the actual like psychological points.
Dude, they did a
the
great job with that. Like
the
that's
swirling eyes and the
oh
whole
yeah.
background, or like making the whole character like completely black with just like red and like
Oh
a
yeah, like
silhouetted
literally
background.
like the people that were like abusing them, especially Shion and her brother. Anytime the dad was in a scene, it was just scribbles and this giant presence through the doorway that just beat the shit out of them. Oh my gosh, like it was so well animated.
I mean, it really they very well animated what it means to go through like psychological trauma.
Oh,
and, like,
100%.
kind of start going like down the spiral.
Well, like even that one episode is purely just flashbacks of the guy that was kind of taking care of Sato whenever she was like going through shit. The only person in color the whole time was Shion and Sato, but only after Sato met Shion. So the rest of it's like this grayscale, and then when that moment, that's when like her happy sugar life started. And then it also, anytime the guy spoke, you saw like voice waves.
Yeah.
Did you see this episode?
It sounds familiar.
But like it just showed like the vocal waves, like the things we see on our podcast all the time.
I've seen this anime before, but it's like I skipped around and
oh, gotcha. But I thought they did a really good job showing that, and then literally showed him like losing it, like where he was like, I have to kill Shion, I'm gonna lose Sato, and you just see like the literal like camera starts blackening. Like it's almost like, in video games when people start passing out, that's kind of what's happening. He starts getting that tunnel vision. They animate that,
yeah,
and then he gets killed.
Everyone gets killed.
Well, like even when like Sato killed her best friend, like that moment of the knife plunging into it, like goes silent, and then you just see the knife slowly move into it. Or when Sato and Shion are like trying to leave from the house, and then her best friend standing there with the phone and takes the photo, and in that moment Sato turns and the little red eye, and like, oh, it's like almost like from Goblin Slayer, that scene where the Goblin Slayer is walking. It's literally that scene. That little thing happens right there, and the animation is actually really good.
I mean, they did a great job with it.
Oh, 100%. And then also like the bright colors, the character designs are really pretty, honestly. There's a lot of detail in them.
I like how they like, especially with like character designs, that they all made them like super bright.
Oh, yeah.
But they all like, it's kind of a contrast to their like personalities. Like they're all very like bright and like pretty looking characters, but they're all very like fucked up.
Oh yeah. It's just, oh gosh, it's a mess. And then whenever a character like has a shocking moment happen, then you literally see like them like crumple. It's like so
freak
good.
Out and like,
well, like anytime Sato shows up and it's like, I have found love, and like that camera angles always puts her in a higher position than everyone because she thinks she has the higher ground, and she just kind of like looking down on everyone.
She's superior.
But in reality, she's not superior. She just thinks she is. So it's
like if the police ever found out about it, she'd go to prison.
Yeah, she belongs in prison. It's just insane. I thought the animation was a really good job. Original soundtrack. I was listening to it earlier. It's not that great.
There wasn't really anything that I actually remember from
the only thing, Mishabi, what is his name? The pedophile dude?
Yeah, Tayo.
His music, oh my gosh, is actually really good. Because it's like this like vocal like opera type thing, and like you can literally
kind of like he's realized something, and like
oh yeah, and like when an insanity gets more and more, gets louder and louder in the background, and to the point where he's like, I have to have her, Shion, and it's like the music's playing in the background. It does really enhance
like a
those
swelling
scenes.
Music,
yeah, and the use of silence in proper moments is really good.
Yes. The
opening though, it's so cute.
It's so cute. But terrifying too.
Yeah, like it's like this super cute, uplifting. Like when you first watch it, like, oh, this is cute. But when after you watch all 12 episodes and watch it again, you're like, oh, there's a lot of little hints here about how psychotic. Like the jar breaking, the brief moment where everyone turns black and creepy, and you're like,
yes.
And there's like blood splatters everywhere, and you're like, oh,
well, yeah, and it's like once you like actually know what the fuck is going on and stuff, you're like, this opening's actually kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's like super creepy, and like, oh, this is like a great opening though.
Well, like I remember like when I first ever clicked on this show, I thought it was just maybe about like a girl and like her sister or something.
No, yeah, I thought it was like, oh, this is cute,
And then when I read the synopsis and stuff, and it was like, oh, Sato high schooler's in love with like Little Girl Shion. And I was like, there's no fucking way that they would have animated this. There's absolutely no fucking way that this has 12 or, like, episodes.
Even Boku no Pico has less episodes.
Dude.
Don't get me started on Boku no Pico. Jeez, I got a little rundown of that the other day, and I was like, oh.
Why does everyone believe that you've seen Boku no Pico?
I don't know why everyone thinks I've watched Boku no Pico. I've never said I've watched
because,
it.
no, literally, I was in the car with Taylor coming back from the Demon Slayer movie, and I don't know what got brought up, but all of a sudden, she's like, oh, yeah, Matt's seen that in Boku no Pico, right? And I was like, no, he told me he hasn't.
I haven't.
So everyone believes that you've seen.
Well, I the only reason why I haven't watched it is because I would want to watch it with people.
I don't think that makes it any better.
Because I'm like, if I'm going to ruin myself by watching the show, I want other people to be there with me. I'm trying to force Luke and Ross to watch this with me, but they both are like, no, I'm good. I'm like, okay, fine. We don't want to watch freaking hentai. Whatever.
Don't want to watch freaking hentai.
Whatever. It's fine.
Not all hentai is bad.
Just Boku no Pico.
Just Boku no Pico.
Don't get me started. His great planking skills on bikes. I've seen clips of that, though. What?
I can't do Boku no...
Oh, okay. Sorry, Mo. We'll get back on track. So I think that's pretty much all the major points for Happy Sugar Life. Any final thoughts?
Now that you, like, said, like, your piece about the whole, like, you know, show and everything, like, definitely if you're, like, watching it for the first time, keep an open mind.
Yeah.
About, like, what's, you know, that they aren't just, like,
Fucking
pedophiles to be pedophiles.
Yeah. Which,
you know?
Because I really thought this whole episode was just going to be shitting on pedophiles. But really, like, I don't think that was the point of this anime.
Yeah.
I really do think the point was to showcase
Now that you, like, say that,
corrupted
I can see
love.
that.
And I really think it did a great job at that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're so disgusted by it. Because for the longest time, I was like, why the heck do they just want the shock factor? But it's not a shock factor. It's literally showcasing how corrupted love and voids in people's hearts can be taken to an extreme and ruin people's life.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is, in reality, you probably have one person in your life that does this, not every single person you interact with.
That's true.
Well, I guess that's not, I mean, I don't know. I've never met really someone that's in this position.
Yeah.
I've never met someone that has been so corrupted by love and has this massive void in their heart, that take it to the extreme that they do any of these things. Actually, that's not true. The one chick that, like, the coworker that was obsessed with Sato.
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot. And then even, I think, the brother's desire for a family. I've seen that before. And the female best friend, like Sato's best friend,
Mm-hmm.
I think I've kind of seen glimpses of that. I've never seen anyone become a fucking pedophile.
But
also, people just don't flaunt that around normally.
that's very true.
We probably have met a pedophile in our life, haven't we?
You never know. They could be a pedophile, but just not acting upon
They could be
it.
sitting in the same room as me right now. Guys, if you could see Mo's glare right now at me. Oof.
I could say the exact same thing.
You're right, you could. Agree to disagree. No,
No, it's like you better fucking deny it. You both.
yeah, I'm
fucking...
not a fucking pedophile, guys. Don't worry. Oh, God, I couldn't. I couldn't imagine taking someone's innocence like that. Like, in general.
I just, like...
It's just like...
Like, listen, I, like... Even, you know... Like, listen. Here's the thing. I've been reading this manga. It's called Go by the Clouds, North by Northwest.
Okay.
The main character. Literally, I'm probably like 4 chapters in and shit. And I was like, oh, yeah, I freaking love this main character. Like, he's totally hot. You know, like... The character looked like he's, like, my age, blah, 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 blah. And, like, we just found out that he's, like, 17. And even I was like, bro... Why wasn't this playing in the beginning? Because now I feel weird liking this character.
Yeah, it's like especially in anime and manga, like My Hero Academia, for example. They're all those kids are under 16.
See, that's why I can't like. It just feels wrong to like those.
Well, and the thing is, it's not like you just wait a year and they age up. No, like
they're staying 16.
They're staying 16 forever. Like.
See, that's why I like Aizawa, Gojo, Nanami, like all of those. characters, you know.
Can't relate because Gasai is like my waifu, and technically she's in middle school.
It just feels wrong to like a younger character, you know.
Yeah. Well, also rephrase.
Even though it's a character.
I think you could find a character attractive because also if you really want to have sex with that character, there's a whole nother psychological thing you got to work through. That's a whole nother problem. That's a whole that's actually a specific category of like sexuality as well as like not disorder, but it's just like a preference, which technically does not fall in the same range as being a pedophile because now they say pedophilia is a sexuality, which
it is not.
It's not.
No,
it is just wrong.
Like you ever see those ones where it's like love is love, and then they have like the little like bathroom, people. Like for a boy and a girl, or they'll have a girl and a girl, they'll have a boy and a boy, and then in one of the photos they had a boy and a girl, but the ages were 16 and like 40.
Oh, I'm not a fan.
And I was like...
My whole thing with love is like, you can't help who you like. You really can't do anything about that. What you can control is how you act upon it.
Yes.
Like, if you start falling in love with your dog, you can choose not to have sex with it. That is a perfectly reasonable conclusion. I mean, it's the same thing like if I fall in love with my best friend, I would probably not act upon it because I don't want to ruin that friendship. Or like, oh, I fall in love with this person that I saw in passing on the subway. I'm probably not going to devote my whole heart to that person to try to find them for the rest of my life. I'll probably move on.
Probably an hour, though. I do have delusions
about the person you met in the subway?
Yeah.
Oh, my God!
I'm like, what would our lives be like? I start, imagining it.
I can't lie. I do the same thing. Except for mine doesn't last an hour. Mine lasts 3 months. And it's not healthy. I was like, huh? And then I listened to For Forever from Dear Evan Hansen for 3 days.
For Forever.
Whenever I'm listening to that song, that I've probably met someone in my life, and I'm like, okay, it'd be nice to have love with them. And so if you start seeing me listen to that song a lot, it's because I'm probably in love.
All we see is sky for forever.
Dude, I love that song. Don't get me started. I'm gonna start crying. I'm gonna cry. But yeah, I don't know. It's just love is one of those things you can't help who you're attracted to. Every character in the show, they can't help what love is, especially like the aunt. She can't help it. That's how she views love. But when that love takes away from someone else or potentially harms each other in a greater...
Not only physically, but mentally.
Exactly. Like, for example, fall in love with your best friend. If that would hurt your friendship and your friendship is more valuable to you than that being love could be like, then what's the point? And that's kind of like how I approach deciding if I'm going to act upon my inklings. But same. Sato, for example. Sure, you might have met Shun and fallen absolutely in love with her. But you could have chose not to kidnap her and lock her into your house, given she had the perception that she's protecting Shion, which she was protecting Shion from the outside world, but by preventing her from ever experiencing the outside world. You took away from Shion's experiences. Exactly. Like the kid, Mishikobobo, what's his name? Mishiboshi.
Tayo.
He literally wants to be pure again. Okay, I get that. You got some shit you need to work through. You should probably go to counseling, but
probably go to therapy.
You probably should go to therapy, but yeah, sure. Fall in love with the little girl. That's okay. There's nothing, you can't control how you feel about them. But what you can control is not, literally having sex with her and taking away her virginity at the age of 8 and taking away her purity. Literally his whole idea was taking away her purity so he becomes pure again. That is the definition of why you would not act upon love. Guys, when people say you should, oh my gosh, be obsessed with the person if you're so in love with them, it doesn't matter if they have a spouse or a boyfriend or a girlfriend, go for it. No, you don't take away something from someone else. That is not love. Love is not something you take away. Love is something that you compliment and provide to someone else, and together you have experiences in life that make you both better human beings. Never once should love take away from someone's experience or make them... prevent them from doing something.
Exactly.
But that's just my opinion. I'm not the only. This is our podcast, so we can talk about our opinions. I don't know, Mo. What do you think love is should be?
Oh, I completely agree with you. What you said.
I'm glad we are in assessment. Nope, agreement. That makes more sense. An assessment.
An assessment.
An assessment of love.
We're assessing this.
But yeah, do you have any other things I'd like to add about what is love?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Okay, thank you, Mo, for the karaoke.
I'm sorry, I just had to I had to do that. You
I don't
said
know
it.
that song, but
You
okay.
don't?
No,
I bet you do know that song.
I'm sorry. But yeah, I did not think this episode would end with us just rambling about love.
Yeah. Funny way to end.
While we're both single. Maybe this is why we're single. Guys,
listen,
let us know.
I am choosing to be single right now.
I'm also choosing to be single right now. I am not dealing with the bullshit.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with the bullshit either.
Yeah.
I don't have time for it.
I for the longest time I was like, oh, I want to be single, and then secretly I'm like, but it would be nice. But now I'm literally like, I don't need love. Like, I don't need someone in my life to fill that void for me anymore.
Yeah.
I can do it on my own.
Listen, that's where I'm at the point of right now is that oh, if I got in a relationship, cool, I'd be fine with it. If I didn't, fine, but I've realized that oh, I don't need that romantic love to fill the void in
it'd be
me.
great to be able to have more experiences with someone, and create that bond. But what I've realized in this past year is that I have so many close friends of mine that I'm able to create equally amazing experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need what's the point of love? The point of love in that situation would be the only other thing I'd gain from it is marriage, kids, sex, and those are things I'm not actively seeking out right now. I rather have experiences. I rather have moments and memories.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need that physical aspect of it. So I'm just vibing.
Just vibing.
I'm just vibing. But yeah, Mo, would you like to shamelessly plug for our podcast?
Yes. This will be the last time I shamelessly plug for a month. Wow. Crazy.
You're just gonna start walking around your house shamelessly plugging you can find us at.
Yeah.
You pull your hairbrush out and you're like, well, you can find us at Ventures Anime Edition.
All right, guys, as you know, this is the drill. This is the point of the podcast where I shamelessly plug our social media. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, and Twitter at Bingers Anime Bingers Anime Edition.
That was cute.
Yes, you can find us on Twitter at Anime Bingers. Go look at it. I post stuff. Keep updated when we do announcements on there, and so...
Yeah, we'll probably be posting some images on our Instagram the next couple days of just kind of where we're at, I think that'd be a good idea. When where we're living, we'll keep each other / the world updated about our Instagram life. Not Instagram, our professional world life.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Adult lives.
But also, we have to do music recs. And I definitely forgot to pick a song. Do you have a song?
Yes, I have the second opening to Naruto.
Oh, which is that Bluebird?
No. That's Shippuden, and I think Shippuden that's the first one.
Oh, we already recommended that because I got PTSD when you talked about it. Which one is this one?
It's the second opening to Naruto, not
gotcha.
Shippuden.
Okay. Okay, let's see. I have two that I could recommend. I'm going to recommend the opening to the hamster one.
I've already done that.
I will not recommend the hamster one. I will recommend the fifth opening for Food Wars.
I feel like every week you just keep adding a Food Wars one.
Okay, I actually don't know if it's the fifth opening or the sixth opening, so I'll let you know which one.
Okay.
It's not the train one. It's the one after the fucking train one, because I hated the train opening one.
Yes.
It pissed me off. Dude, the ending, though, for the current season, the fourth season, it's the fourth season opening of Food Wars.
Okay.
But the ending for the fourth season is the most awful voicing sound ever. The voice is, it's like,
ew.
And I'm like, oh, what? You make songs? I was like, who are you? I was like, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I offend anyone that sings like this or likes this type of music, but it sucks.
Yes.
Sorry. But yeah, so we're not going to draw this week.
Yeah, that's weird.
If anything, we'll just kind of do a top 10 or something. We'll come out of the gates with something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But
we've got some ideas in the work for what's going to come out June 1st and all that, but we're not definitive on anything quite yet. But we will let you know as soon as we know.
Sure. Thank you guys so much for supporting and listening to us. We're going to be taking a brief hiatus once again, but we really, really appreciate all your support. Don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Yeah, thank you so much for everyone that has listened to us over the last year. We really very much appreciate you.
We love you guys, and
we
good
will
luck binging.
See you June 1st.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.